Hi, San Ildefonso. It's Tana coming to you from Espanola Fitness Studio, Bridge to Health, New Mexico, right here on Riverside Drive next to the Goodwill. So stop in if you ever can. This is the half an hour for Monday, December 6th of balls and bands. So we did the hour on Friday. This is your half an hour session. We're going to do some new stuff. So first of all, we're not going to use the tubing with the handles. Today we're going to use a mini band. So I know you guys got these in your kit that you got at the health fair. So there, we'll turn that so the brand doesn't show. Mini bands. So let's talk mini bands first. Depending on the color and the thickness of the rubber will dictate how hard it is, how much resistance you have when you pull it apart. So in general, the yellow ones tend to be easier than green, blue, and red, somewhere in the middle. Blue can be hardest, or black can be hardest, depending on the color of your set. So be sure that you maybe have the whole set in front of you, so as you're using different muscle groups that you can be stronger or need less resistance in, you have that option. That's what I like to do. Today I'm just going to be using the one. So the point of the mini band, similar to the tubing that we did on Friday, is to create resistance in all directions. So when you use hand weights in general, it's easier as you're going towards gravity and harder as you're coming up against gravity. With a band or tubing, you don't have to worry about so much where gravity is as opposed to where the fulcrum of the pivot point is. So go back to your physics classes, and exercise is all about physics. So anyway, I won't spend too much time on that. So that's our mini band we're going to use today. And then we're going to use our floor mat. Any floor mat or carpet, if you have it, is fine. And then ball. We went over sizing balls on Friday, so we don't have to go over that again. Okay, let's just start with a real quick warm-up. Just stand. I'm not going to use music today again because I don't want you two to give us a hard time. So we're just going to stand with our feet comfortable hip distance apart. Kind of a funny thing about working with balls, they always roll all around. One really great trick is to, well, you guys have your rings, that's really awesome. What you can also do is if you have hand weights, I'm here, just getting hand weights, so that I can make a little stand for my ball. Then it'll stop getting in my way. There we go. So you can use anything you have around your house just to make sure it stays out of the way. Okay, just a really quick warm up. Let's stand with our hips, our feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and just roll the shoulders up and back. Let's do that 3 times. Feeling the spine lengthening, feels really good. Add the elbows around and around. Warming up the shoulders, the chest, the back. And then if you can, big arm. Remember, always listen to your body, what you need to do today, and then reverse the shoulder roll. At the elbow. The point of the warm-up is to increase your core temperature, the heat in your body, and also I always think to get your mind here, get it away from everything else that's going on in your day, and give your brain a chance to focus on your body. Okay, let's do some pelvic circles. So tip front, right, back, and left, and do that a few times. Warming up the lower back now, hips, pelvis, top of the thigh. Rotate the other direction now. Just nice hip circles, like you're hula hooping. Who out there can hula hoop? And center. Now let's just do some gentle knee lifts. Ooh, how's my balance today? Good. And hamstring kick. So kick your booty with your heels. That stretches the front, warms up the back. And then just a few nice, gentle squat rolls up with the spine as we warm up. All right, great. Now grab your ball. We're gonna do our first exercise with the ball. Some of these exercises today will be combined ball mini bands. Others will just be one. Okay, one of my favorite ball exercises. You know I love everything on the ball, but one of my favorites is just the arm squeeze. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see better. I'm standing, feet a bit wider than hip distance. Abs are engaged, that means the belly button in towards the spine. I'm gonna tuck the pelvis slightly forward. I'm gonna go nice and tall in my spine, and I'm gonna take the ball out away from my chest, or you can hold it lower if that's a little bit more comfortable. It can be the belly button or the chest. Hold it here. Now, I want you to play with your elbows a little bit. I want you to soften your elbows, which means slightly bent, and take the elbows out to the side, like you're ballroom dancing, okay? Feel that engage through the upper back and shoulders. Now my wrists are gonna be a line from the elbow all the way to the fingers. I don't want you to break in the wrist. I want a broken wrist, but to break in the wrist means to break the line. So I don't want you like this. Do you see that on my wrist? Not like that, like this. Okay. Here we go. All we're gonna do is squeeze the ball. And when you squeeze the ball, you're gonna feel it from your hand, wrist, forearm, upper arm, front shoulder, pecs, front of the chest, okay? It's a great exercise for very, very little movement. So let's do 10. Here we go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Should have felt that a little bit, right? Here we go. 20. Breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Now let's do 30. So start in your good position. Most of you are probably arching your back. Tuck that pelvis under so your back feels really good. Hold those abs in as you do this, and don't create tension in the jaw or neck. Ready, go. 30. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, halfway. 30, good, relax. Put that ball down and stretch the arms out a little bit. Grab your mini band, guys, and I'm actually gonna get my mat out of the way, so because I'm going to walk forward. Keep that ball there. Yes, stay. Okay. I'm gonna ask you to put the mini band around both of your legs, up above the knee. So if you need to sit down to do this, that's fine. Okay, in general, you want a band or resistance to be above the knee joint. If you put it down here, like those ankle weights from the 80s, right? It will work, but it can also put a lot of pressure on that knee joint. So in general, try to keep them up above. Now, what you're gonna do is, let's start with the feet together. And you're just gonna step out. My knees are soft. I'm not doing a full squat yet. I'm gonna step out on the right and in. Out and in. Step out and in. Now, don't let your legs snap back together. You want to resist out and resist in. Good. Out and in. Again. Out and in. Out and in. 4 more. 4, Relax a little bit. Now, that time we were softening both knees. This time I want you to bend both knees in a squat, okay? So, remember, a good squat position, your weight's in your heels, booty lights are down, no high beams, right? Chest is nice and tall, and you can lean forward a little bit if you're down far enough that you have to hinge in the hips. Use your arms for balance. It looks like this. Sit down and come up. Left side, down and up. Don't let those knees come together. Keep them in beautiful alignment with the ankles. Good. Down. Breathe. Think about the alignment of your spine. Last set, guys. Good. Okay, relax a little bit. Make sure your feet aren't tingly, that you're not giving yourself a tourniquet there with the mini band. Okay, if your mini band is too small for your circumference of your thighs, you can use that tubing that we used the last time and just tie it together in a loop. It won't be quite as comfortable because these are so nice and thick that they don't really cut into the skin, but it will work. Okay, now last lateral step exercise, we're going to do a side lunge, bending one knee, turning this leg out. So turn out means that you rotate out away from the midline of the body, okay? Turn out. So it looks like this. Lunge and center, and lunge and push away center. Keep going. I'm gonna scoot a little bit so the ball's not hiding my foot on that right side. Center. Ooh, didn't quite get back that time. Center. Let's do 8 more of these. Those feel good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good job. Okay, slip that mini band off your legs. Be careful when you do that. Sit down if you need to. Okay, put that mini band away on the mat. We're going to go back to the ball, and we're going to do some prone exercises here. So, prone means that the nose is towards the floor. So, the first way to do this, I'll show you first, is actually to get down on your knees. Take the ball in kind of close to the body, and then you're going to roll out, okay? Now, you can also do that from standing. Let me show you. You don't want to get down on the knees. So standing, you hold onto the ball, bend the knees, roll out on the ball. Okay, now let's talk physics again. The closer the ball is to your hips, pelvis, to the middle of your body, the easier most exercises are going to be, because your fulcrum is balanced in between the two ends, okay? So that means if I walk out towards the toes, you can still see me, that's going to be much harder. You're going to feel that more in the core, more in the arms, okay? So I want you to find your happy spot between those two extremes. So I'll be in the middle here for this demonstration. Okay, we're just going to plank for a moment. I want you guys to lift up through the belly button into the spine. Feel that lift your front. I want you to squeeze your pelvic floor and squeeze the inner thighs, knees, and ankles together. Now, lift through the armpits and dome the upper back. Eyes look down so that cervical spine, the spine on the back of the neck, is nice and straight. Hold and breathe. 4 breaths. the tricky part. Keep control of your core as you walk back to kneeling, and you rest in a child's pose with the hands on the ball. Rest down. All right, we're going to do that again. I'm just going to scoot back so I don't end up quite so far. Let's do it again. Roll out. Find your spot, however far back you want your ball. Squeeze the legs together. Lift the torso. Dome the upper back and straighten the neck. Breathe, 8 slow breaths. Halfway there, you got this. Come on, breathe. Last breath. And walk back under control. Most people fall back there before they get used to it. Okay. Take it down. Stretch. Okay, guys. Now, we're not going to do it today because of time, but you can add push-ups there. It's really, really great. I think I did them in the previous ball session I did with you a few months ago, so that's a really, really good one. But what I want to show you today is the pike. So this is a little bit more of an advanced move. So if you feel comfortable trying it, go ahead. If you ever want to come into the studio, I'll spot you doing it. If you want a little help there, just call in advance. Let's make an appointment. Okay. We're going to go out into our plank position to start with. There we go. And I'm going to keep the ball at my knees just to make this a little easier for demonstration. I'm in a beautiful plank position, and then what I'm going to do is pull my abdomen and belly up even higher. I'm going to bend the knees into the chest, take the forehead into the knees, really great stretch through the spine and back. Nice curve there, and then I'm going to control and go out. Do that again. It's actually easier than it looks, believe me, if you've never done it. Exhale, come in. Be sure to drop that head. Finalize with stretch in the neck and out. And again. Last one, guys. Good. Roll back. And stretch. Really stretch those shoulders, upper back. All right, good. That's a fun one. Now, get your mat and your mini bands. And let's see. Let me get my my stability holders for this ball. Okay, we've got our mini band, yes. I'm glad we didn't do our push-ups on the ball because I want to show you how to do your jailbird push-ups. Okay, we call these jailbirds because you're going to put the mini band on like handcuffs, okay? You just put your hands through and around the bones of your wrist. There it is. Now you can actually do a lot of stuff here, so let's just stay on our knees for a second. If you're uncomfortable on your knees, you can do this in a chair, you can do it sitting down. Let's take the shoulders, roll them back. Elbows into the waist, no breaking in the wrist. Nice and straight. Now what you're gonna do is pull apart, feel that everywhere in your arm, chest, and close. Apart and close. Now let's angle a little bit. We're gonna angle, kind of chop with the hands and wrists, diagonal. Really great angle for the shoulder, bicep, and tricep. Breathe. Lots of forearm in there too. And as always, the core is working. If my core wasn't working, I might be slouching, I might be arching something. I want to keep it right in the middle. One more. And let's do 4, straight to the side. 4. Surprisingly difficult, right? 2, 3. Last one. And let's do those beautiful angles. 4, 4. And 3, 2, and 1. Good job, you guys. Really important point about angles. When we're working our muscles, sometimes we have a tendency just to work front and back, right? Front, crunch, reverse crunch. Get some angle work in there. Remember, your body has muscles in all directions everywhere, right? Covering every point of your skeleton. So work angles. The next time that you do a workout, you're running, let's say, you're running forward, do a little lateral run, do a little diagonal run, do some backwards running, okay? Mix it up for yourself. It's good for your body and your mind. Let's go back to our jailbird push-ups. Don't laugh at my push-up style. Okay, I'm gonna do modified push-up because I'm kind of bad at push-ups. So what modified means is that I'm on my knees, but I'm still, you can see in these clothes, I'm still have my hip bone lined up with the knee and lined up with the shoulder. So I'm not like this, right? Now, if you want to go into your full push-up position, you go, okay? I like modified. I'm pulling my hands apart to be shoulder distance apart, which is putting quite a bit of resistance on that band. Now, my elbows are going to go out. You can also do this with the elbows in, either way. Okay, ready, go. Last one. Oh, good. All right, you see how the mini band makes those much harder. Let's put that band away, guys, and get our ball. And I remember what I wanted to do on the ball. We're just going to do some real simple crunching abdominal work. So on Friday, we did some more complicated ab stuff, I believe. Oh, such a short-term memory issue. Friday seems like last year. Okay, I've got my feet on the ball, just comfortable. The ball is away from my hamstrings and my tush. It's under the calves. You'll find this is a super comfortable position. Your back is nicely pressed into the mat. Your pelvis is tilted forward. It gives great relief to the back, especially if you walk around with the back arched a lot. Okay, I'm gonna take my hands behind my head to start. Now let's talk about crunch position a little bit. What I do not want you to do is this, okay? If you find that your eyeballs are going from the ceiling to the wall, you're gonna make yourself dizzy and you're gonna hurt your neck and you're not working your abs at all, okay? So instead, I want you to rest your big heavy head into your hands. Now, lift the head using the hands, not the neck. Lift it up. Put a grapefruit under your chin, between the chin and the chest, so that the throat stays open. Your eyes are gonna look up and slightly back the whole time. That's gonna assure that you're not doing a cervical knot and crunching in the neck and throat. Chest stays open, elbows stay open, crunch. Now, we want you to feel those muscles in your frontal abdominals working. Feel that? Sometimes it's good to give yourself a little feedback. Even if you've got some fat on the outside, you can still poke it in and feel that muscle working. And release down. Okay, let's do 8 of those. And you're gonna exhale as you crunch up. Ready, go. 7 and 8. Good. All right. Now, one hand stays behind the head. The other hand comes straight up. It's just going to be a little more challenging. What you're going to do is lift this hand straight up to the sky. It's going to be just a little bit uneven, which is good. Again, angles, lift and lower. Lift. I'm not doing oblique yet. I'm still doing frontal abdominals, but I'm just lifting straight up in an asymmetrical position with the hands. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now don't pull on the neck, but the hand is going to go across, and my eyes are going to look to the ceiling, where the ceiling meets the wall over on my side, crunch. This shoulder blade is lifted up, so now I'm really using my obliques, angles through the side of the ab. Center. If you don't want to do the arm so big, you can just keep it there and lift up. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Center. Take a moment. Notice if you feel it in your neck. That means you need to open up that chin, look up and back a little bit more, drop the weight of the head into the hands. Let the hands do the work. Okay, switching sides. Ready, up for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, am I on the same side? I am. We gotta start over. Sorry, if you were on the right side, you're doing extra. I was on the same side. Ready, go. 8, 7, 6, try to keep your ball still. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, oblique to the side. Notice how I'm lifting my shoulder blade, rocking on the other shoulder blade. Breathe. Heavy head, eyes look up and back. Use your abs, not your jaw. I think we have 2 more. And 1. Good. All right, continuing ab work. Our final exercise today, full body exercise. I know I say this a lot, but this is one of my favorite exercises with the ball. You're going to hold onto the side of the ball with your feet, okay? We're going to stay with bent legs. I think I'll show you with straight legs at the end if you want to add a challenge the next time you do this. Arms are back. Engaging the inner thigh, quadricep, hip. I'm going to extend the ball up. I'm going to lift up in a little crunch with the chest to grab the ball with the hands. And then here, let's start with the bent leg, comes down. Working your ab, press your back into the floor. And then reverse. Yeah, we'll just keep those legs bent today. So fun. This is a great one to do with a partner. I'm kind of passing it. Let's do 4 more. 2, and 1. You should feel that kind of everywhere. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead and roll up and stretch on the ball. Let's sit on the ball. We haven't sat on the ball at all today. So guys, stretching. Before you start exercising, it's not really that important. It's important to warm up, but not really important to stretch. After you exercise, when your body's warm, Stretching can make you less sore the next day from the workout that you did. It can help you increase flexibility. It's just a good thing afterwards. So really important to stretch after your workout. Okay, let's just start here, inhaling the arms up. And I want you to arch the back. Press the shoulders back, press the chest and belly forward. Feel that good stretch. Now take the legs out wide, and you're gonna come forward, scoot the tailbone back so you're nice and balanced. Come forward and relax down through the thighs. Feel that great stretch in the back. Push the tailbone back, stretch the arms forward. And let's do that one more time. Inhale up, stretch back, and collapse forward. Hands to the floor or to a table or just a little bit to the ball, that's fine. Now this time, if you can, I want you to scoot back and flex the feet. Great stretch for the calf, hamstring, back all at the same time. Slowly come up. Okay, side saddle. The ball's underneath the back of my front thigh. I'm nice and stable. This one takes a little practice if you're new to it. I'm sitting kind of at the front half of the ball. If you try to sit in the middle of the ball, it doesn't really work. So you kind of have to sit side saddle. We're going to stretch our hip flexor and quad, lean back. Now that shoulder comes forward and back. Exaggerate the movement in the shoulder blade and the shoulder. Don't make it hurt, make it work. Reverse. I'm leaning back the whole time, stretching my quadricep and hip flexor of that back leg. Center. Switch sides. Get comfortable, take your time switching on the ball. Lean back, feel that elongation here all the way through the front, and then shoulder stretch, chest stretch. I also feel like a stretch at the end of a workout gives you time to really celebrate what you just did. Say nice things to yourself. You just went through a half-an-hour balls and bands workout, learned some different things, so you can work out on your own, which is ultimately so much more fun than working out with the video. And let's just do a few neck rolls to finish. All the way around. And again. Good. Bring it up. That's it, guys. Mini bands and balls. Remember, stop in, call me, 505-591-4200. Anytime we can set up a little balls and bands in-person class just for San Ildefonso people. That'd be really great. I'd love to continue to help you figuring out how to use your equipment so that you don't need me or anybody else telling you what to do. You know what to do on your own. You guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you here on Friday with something. I believe it's my mom, Mary Parseca, who's going to be doing something with you on Friday. See you soon. Bye.